When you say the other 9, what are you talking about? Because I don't know anything about this.
The 9 that was going to happen, the working title for that film, you can read about this online. The working title for this film was actually called Duel of the Fates. Okay.
Okay, check that out
Not, it
online.
wouldn't have necessarily been called that, but that was a working script title. And there's concept art. There is everything that got leaked and released. What was going to happen is they were not going to make Rey a Palpatine or a Skywalker or anything. She was going to remain a nobody. She was just going to be who she was. But she was going to build a double-bladed blue lightsaber. She was going to, which was totally teased like the whole time because she had a little staff thing. The film was basically going to open with Poe and Finn busting into a First Order Star Destroyer, like doing some shit, and then like the big reveal was like Rey was going to show up with her fucking crazy ass lightsaber and start just kicking some fucking ass because she's been learning from Ghost Luke. Like Ghost Luke was like actively teaching her shit because he feels bad for being an asshole in the last one. So he's like, I'm going to make sure that this is like, I'm going to do the ghost thing like Obi-Wan. Their whole plot line on that one was Kylo Ren was never going to turn good. That was going to be the big difference, is he was going to get worse. And so he goes to, they kind of did some of this. He goes to Mustafar, goes to Darth Vader's fortress, and it's all fucked up and like haunted and shit. And he finds a Sith like holocron thing.
Uh-oh.
But instead of it taking him to Palpatine, what it was going to do was it was a message from Palpatine to Vader. So it's a little bit of a cameo for the Palpatine fans, but it wasn't really him. It was just like a hologram. And it was basically like, you got to go to this place. There's this basically almost like, not like Darth Plagueis, but like a mysterious, like dark side teacher type thing. Like, you're going to go there just in case I die, blah, blah, blah. And then this thing realizes that it's not Darth Vader, and it like blows up and like fucks Kylo Ren's face up. And so he was going to get like Mandalorian like metal and shit like grafted into his face, and he was going to look all messed up and stuff. And then he was going to go on this journey to find the power from Mortis. Mortis is the basically it's a force planet, and it is, if one were to tap into the natural, just imagine like a planet that's just like ridiculously powerful in the force. Like it's almost like a beacon, you know? So basically he was going to try, Palpatine was basically telling Vader in this hologram, like, listen, just in case I can die if Luke doesn't turn and kills me or whatever, because he never banked on Vader betraying him. Kylo goes there because he's like, oh, I'm going to become a force god. I'm going to take all this power. And so that was going to be the big thing, is like, he is just seeking more and more and more and more and more power and furthering his descent into the dark side. And then Rey wants to go, basically once she figures, because they were still going to do the whole like visions thing back and forth because they established that at 8, but then now she figures out like, this is not good, and so then speed along, she goes on basically a solo quest, like, I'm gonna go kill this motherfucker, and then I need you guys to like go the First Order up. So then Finn goes to Coruscant. Okay. And it was going to be completely taken over by the First Order.
Zeke's favorite place.
And he was going to lead a stormtrooper rebellion against the First Order. He was going to crack the code because he was one that he broke away. So he was going to basically do the same for other stormtroopers that were press ganged into their military. And he was going to basically get them to quit on him and turn. And there was going to be this whole scene of like, repurpose like ATSDs and shit, and they're basically going to fight like a civil war on that planet. Meanwhile, Rey is chasing after Kylo Ren basically to prevent him from gaining this almost unfathomable power, or Palpatine would say unlimited power, whatever, and from a planet that he's going to. And Luke keeps basically haunting Kylo and telling him like, basically like, dude, you like, is just consistently showing up. And
I have that little voice in my head. Is that Luke?
And yeah, maybe Kylo ends up, because he's strong as shit at this point, he ends up actually blinding Rey. He like hits her and she loses her eyesight. Ooh. And the big like force moment for her is Luke then shows up again. He's like, you can still see, like, you need to like there's a level of the force that you can tap into, like, use the energy.
He put the blindfold on,
and so she literally, like, almost like a samurai, like ties a thing around her eyes and then just uses the force, and also to the planet they're on is like a force beacon. It's on Mortis, so she's tapping into the energy of the force.
Wait, what's the planet's name?
It's called Mortis, Mortis, and basically she just kicks Kylo's fucking ass all over the place, and where something happens to her, where her life is threatened, something with the energies of the planet or whatever, and Kylo does sort of kind of gives up part of his like hatred, but he still dies as very much like the villain. There's not like a major moment of redemption for him. And Leia, by the way, part of the reason why this movie doesn't exist is because Carrie Fisher died. Because each of these films was an original cast member's like big movie. Han was 7, Luke was 8.
Wait. We still have Sam Elliott. He could have just stepped in and been in, right, Beau? Sam Elliott could have delivered Princess Leia's role.
Well, let me tell you here.
Okay, good.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
The power of the dark side.
My name is Han Solo, and one of my favorite vehicles to go cruising around the space is the Millennium Dodge Ram.
The Millennium Dodge Ram.
Long story short, the good guys win. They beat Kylo. The First Order gets blowed up by Finn and the boys, and Poe does more cool X-Wing fighter shit because he's basically Top Gun in Star Wars. Hux was going to commit like seppuku, like with a fucking lightsaber. Yes. No. And then Rey was going to make the other conflict of the film is she's arguing with Luke about how she's like, your Jedi teachings are old and fucking stupid.
It's because Sam Elliott isn't in charge. Sam, how would you train these Jedi? Sam Elliott.
Won't you go hunker down and grab yourself a lightsaber? I got a bunch in the back of my Dodge Ram.
There it is.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, so she basically, like, the ending of the movie is the good guys win. Kylo dies, the First Order loses, they reestablish the Republic, sort of, and she starts a new Jedi Academy with like updated teachings. But that movie didn't get to happen basically for two reasons. One, Carrie Fisher unfortunately passing away. And they just decided, all right, well, fucking, let's just make the safest like Star Wars movie imaginable.
They have a movie called A New Hope. Ours is called
Not Another New Hope.
You can find us on YouTube someplace. Just look it up. I don't know. Right?
Great marketing.
Wait for our sequel. The Empire Does Not Strike Back.
The Empire Stays Home.
The Empire Stays Home.
Oh, that's my favorite title.
Empire Stays Home.
This summer, the epic follow-up to Not Another New Hope, The Empire Stays Home. Rated PG-13. Lord Vader. Yes, Master. Have you located the rebels? Yes, they are on Hoth. Good. Leave them there. Go back home. I'm sorry, what? I've just been thinking a lot. A lot about what we've been doing, and I don't know. Just don't think I'm into it anymore,
And I almost want to hear Sam Elliott's version of The Empire Stays Home, just because that's a guy that he's on his couch just enjoying life sometimes. So he would really be related to Empire Stays Home, right?
Well, yeah, the last time the Emperor contacted me, old Darth Sam Elliott here, he told me, have you heard of the magical art of tidying up? Marie Kondo made the Death Star a mighty fine place to stay. Roll your clothes up nice, get rid of what you don't need.
Minimalism.
That's right. And I told him, look here, if there's one thing that sparks joy to me in my life, it's my brand new Dodge Ram.
Oh, God.
Well, they got horses running along a Star Destroyer. May as well have a Dodge Ram and a Death Star, goddammit.
If you haven't gone and subscribed to Not Another New Hope or RPG All-Stars or Andrew Nolenberg, everywhere. What is it? Voices. Andrew Voices. What is it?
You're doing a great job. You're just
Andrew Nolenberg Voices, I think.
Andrew K. Voices.
Andrew K. Voices. I got it, Beau. Andrew K. Voices. It's K. Beau Foster everywhere. do it,
Yeah,
right?
this is the best Arnold I can do.